Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the CrossFit Games Update Show. I'm Sean Woodland, joined as always by Tommy Marquez, Rory McKernan, and Pat Sherwood as we continue to work our way through the region power rankings. We've taken care of the men, the women, and now we turn our attention to the teams. We ranked the regions on a scale from 1 to 17 in 3 different categories. If you want more on that, go watch the men's show or read the article for all the details on that. We want to jump right into this and take a look at the bottom 6 team regions in our power rankings. And we started at number 17 with Asia. They had 49 total points. Worst score you could get was 51. Best score you could get is 3. Lower the score, the better. Canada West is 16th. Latin America, Southwest, Africa, and then the Northwest sit in 12th place with a total of 33 points. So, Tommy, out of those bottom 6, who do you think improves in 2017?
Well, I think it's the Southwest because I've got some sources to do some research, you know, and my sources tell me that there's a team that's possibly getting together in the Southwest out of the state of Utah, which, if they do form, has the potential to not only make the games, but I think even podium at the games. I can't reveal their names yet. I have to stay true to them. I told them I wouldn't say
Snapchat
just yet.
Doesn't count.
But it's a team of former individual games athletes as well as some athletes that have been on the podium on the team side in the past, maybe even as early as 2015. So
Is it Dan Bailey?
plus to see.
Is it Tommy Hackenbrook?
Nope.
All right, okay.
We will look
To be
forward to
continued.
to be continued. Look forward to discerning the identity of said mystery team. Let's go to spots 11 through 6 in the power rankings, and Australia comes in 11th place with 31 points. 1 point ahead of them, both Northern California and Canada East. They're tied for 9th. Southern California and South Central with 21 total points, tied for 7th, and then it's the Mid-Atlantic in 6th place with 18 total points. Same question that I asked Tommy here. These middle 6, who do you think has a chance to move up and maybe approach that elite group of the top 5?
Well, I will tell you with a fact-based answer.
No alternative facts.
Based on mathematics and research. Canada East, they have a tremendous amount of upward mobility on the team side. Now, what hurt their ranking from being better is honestly their performance at the games, and I'll tell you why. From the Canada East region, they only had one team make it all the way to the games to even compete at the big show, and that was CrossFit Reebok East Woodbridge, who took 32nd. They've got a pool of very fit athletes up there. If you go back and watch the men's and women's shows, which we did, which were wonderful, by the way, each of those got ranked a 7. So the pool of fitness is better than the median. They just need to get more bodies to the games and compete. So Canada East, I think, has tremendous opportunity.
Ro, who do you think has a chance to maybe crack the elite status here?
You know, I'm going to go with Mid-Atlantic, actually.
Okay.
And I'm actually
Why, Ro?
going to say that it's 12 Labors CrossFit who's pulling the heavy load there. It's like other reasons where we've seen maybe a champion. 12 Labors was 2nd place at the games, so they're really bringing that score down. So they're really setting the gold standard there in Mid-Atlantic, which is sitting right on the cusp. So if other teams in the region can look to them for an example, I think that they could bring those scores down and jump into that top 5.
All right, let's take a look at the top 5 and some names you would expect to see here as far as regions are concerned. North, Central, and the Southeast tied for 4th with 15 total points. Europe and the Central East with 13 total points, and then the only region in single digits as far as their teams are concerned is the Northeast. They are 1st with 6 total points. Now, Europe is tied for 2nd, but given the depth that they have there, at least in the open, there's a good chance that continues here in 2017.
I think so. I've been lucky enough to talk about Europe on both, again, the men's and the
keep
women's
going,
show, right? I mean, here's the deal. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense that if your men aren't fit and your women aren't fit, that you're just producing fit teams for no apparent reason. So the fact that both the men and women's side in the previous shows, we've said Europe is so strong, it makes sense. Why wouldn't their teams be also? And they are. And just most recently at the games, they also performed. They had 2 teams in the top 10, both Nordic and solid, and I don't really see that changing anytime in the future.
Speaking of changes, Tommy, out of those top 5, who might fall back a little bit in 2017?
Well, this one's probably hypothetical, but I think the Northeast, and that's primarily because they had such a strong games best score, and that was thanks to CrossFit DYNAMIX' finish at the games where they finished 4th just outside the podium. Now, DYNAMIX was a super team that had a bunch of athletes brought in from other regions to kind of compete in that capacity. So if they don't bring that same team back, if it was only just a one-year thing, we could definitely see that game's best score. On top of that, you have teams like Parallax, I've heard, are breaking up their squad. Other teams like Milford, Reebok
You're all
Backbang.
kinds of things, aren't you?
A bunch of teams that I'm hearing their rosters are maybe shifting around. The one kind of possible save for this is Reebok 1 with Austin Malleolo, Spencer Hendel, Connor Murphy that are supposedly getting together for the team. They could be the team that kind of carries the torch back up to the top and saves this.
Okay, a lot that needs to play out in 2017. We're going to be back tomorrow. One final region ranking show. We're going to take the men, the women, and the teams, combine them together, and give you the most competitive regions overall. That should be a lot of fun as we take on that. Pat Sherwood, Rory McKernan, Tommy Marquez, I'm Sean Woodland. We'll see you tomorrow for our final region ranking show.